it can be basically fully dependent on the one person and their nearby peoples. So the Ayurveda work on the internal medicine, whereas Shushurta Samhita deals with the surgical medicine. First time introduced why the Susurta as a surgical person, and he started the surgery. So Sushurt Samhita is the first written document of the medicinal format available for the human beings, or you can say general public. So Charak and Sushruta were physicians and pharmacists who studied more than 1000 herbs. I again repeat it. Charaka and Susurta. Both are the physician, and we can say that at the end of the movement, Susurta, they have started to surgery also, and they have studied lot of arts, and near about 1000. These are very very important, and even now we are also using these types of the herb. Only we can change the method, only we can change the mode in the extracted form, in the molecular form, in the purified form. So in Tamil Nadu during 900 AD discovered organized practice of hospital activity for the treatment of the patient with the disease. At that time there is the no facilities of the hospital is the like a definition. So this is the one of the photograph. Here is the Susurta, he is doing the surgery of the eye, he is the doing some of the surgical work. So this types of the only the homemade is the you can say the hospital, bad home is the hospital, and peoples they are visiting this place, and they have the take the treatment, they have take the herb, they have take the medicine, so that they can be, you can obviously protected their disease. In 1563 Portugal and practitioner Gracia G. Oreta reported use of Indian herb in this treatise. Now our history is going ahead. British traders brought the practice of allopathic system to India in 15th century. So the Indian system of medicine declined during the Muslim rule, while the Arabic or Unani Tibbi system flourished. At that time, after the 15th century, number of the good things they were developed. So the Indian system of medicine declined during the Muslim rule, while the Arabic or Unani Tibetan system flourished at some time, or you can say at some of the level. Dear students and all the audience, you know that pre-independence pharmacy profession, what is the situation? Now I come to the nearby point. As I have already defined during our purpose, we, our team, complete the four basic core subjects during these marathon of the B Pharm first semester. So I come to on the especially and specific point to point. The first chemistry was opened by Scott Wathgate at Calcutta in 1811. It means till that before you can study of, you can check it, that you can say that before 1811 there were no any like a shop, or general public can't collect any material from one place. It means, let us consider peoples, they are the staying in villages, and in one place one of the Bath or the Hakim, or you can say some of the Ayurveda chart, they were present. So what they will do, they will only do that, provide the medicine by their own system. It means open market medicine was not available. So the pharmacy activities were performed according to the London Pharmacopoeia. This situation forced back traditionally practiced in India and compelled to import drugs from European countries. And 1840, Goa Medical College was started at Panjim, the first of the medical system, so that people can be visit the medical college, and they can be take the advice, they can take the treatment, and they can be try to do procurement of the medicine for the health system. 1841, Bengal Dispensary and Pharmacopoeia was established. 1870, The Madras Medical College were first to train the student to gain a skill in pharmacy practice. As you know that pharmacy is the one of the noble profession. Nowadays we can the mention again and again. You know that how much time it will take and what types of the things our you can say saints or our Vedachar they did the lot of work, and that is why today we are in the comfortable position. In the 1878, the Opium Act was implemented that deal with the cultivation of poppy and the manufacture, transport, export, import, and sale of the opium. As you know that opium, why the Opium Act is the why it is the too much important, because you know that the opium is the you can say plants, and the poppy it can be under the control of the government, because it cannot be used the misuse of this one, because so many other drug they are converted for the use by the peoples in an unethical manner. To avoid these unethical manner, this is requirement of the system, we can control through one of the acts. So that is why in 1878 the Opium Act was implemented. Again, 1889, Indian Merchandise Act was implemented to avoid misbranding of goods in general. And 1894, Indian Traffic Act passed for levy of the customs duty to goods including food, drugs, chemical, and medicine import to India or export. So, gentlemen, this is the again very very important of the Indian Traffic Act and Indian traffic rules. In 1909, Bengal Exercise Act was implemented. So drug in India were mostly exported in crude form and imported in finished form. It means at that time we have no any facilities to finish the product, to identify the compound properly, or we can only provide the raw material or the crude material so that it can be converted in the original form and it can be used for the so many purposes. There were no any restriction on the quality of drugs imported. Thus, manufacturer abroad took advantage of the situation. As you know that nowadays number of rules and regulation implemented by government of India, FDA and USA, we have the different types of the concept where we need a highly expertise, highly purify, and it can be passed through some of the system. Not only the drugs, even the food material at that time. What that time, if we can go to our study, go to our history, there was no any restriction on the quality of the drugs imported, because no any control of our government, no any control of any official body so that they can be control the things. That is why manufacturer they can take the advantage of this one, and they can market it the spurious drug, adulterated drug, sometimes very very you can say poor form of the drug, they can be sent to the market. That is why every time our professionals, our persons they feel that how to control this one. So market were full of all sort of useless and deleterious drug were sold by unqualified men. As you know that drug or the medicine it is under the control of some of the qualified person, because I know that it is the life saving, and sometime if it is given in by the unqualified person or untrained person, it will be the highly accidental up to the death maybe take place of the patient. So that is why need to do some of the work. So in response to this situation and to control pharmacy practice, Government of India constituted Drug Inquiry Committee DEC. So first committee constituted to control all types of these things in August 11, 1930 under the chairmanship of late Colonel R.N. Chopra to see into the problem in India and recommend the measures to take in to avoid unethical practice. I again to repeat it, at that time, the monopoly and practice of the person, those who are in the medical system and those know that this is the requirement of the people. So what they are doing? They are doing the number of unethical practice, and they provide the medicine, provide the herbs, and provide the product not in a justified form. We can say not in the up to the marks. It has a lot of adulteration, and you can say mixing of these so many other products. So the committee gave report in 1931 and recommended following acts to be enacted to improve the pharma industry in India. Now we come to know that now our profession is growing in a very very systematic order, and nowadays we so many things is the going on in a justified format. 1937, in July 1937, pharmaceutical education was started in India. Government of India brought import of drug bill. Later it was withdrawn because now a number of the bills or number of the rules and regulation, they are amendment, and the number of the changes that is going on the time to time. So now 1940 government brought drug bill to regulate the imports, manufacture, sale, distribution of drug in British India. At that time, the rulers in India, they are the Britishes. So due to this, this will consider import. How the import the drug? What is the condition? What is the application? What is the rules and regulation? What is the quality? So at that time, they have considered imports and manufacturer, sale, and distribution. So four parts in this drug is highly focused. And this is after that, this bill was finally adopted as Drug Cosmetic Act of 1940. As we all know that Drug and Cosmetic Act of 1940, this is very, very popular because number or first time these types of the things opted or included in this one. 1941. The first drug technically advisory board, this is known as the DTAB, because I know that if we can put some of the things in a particular person, then monopoly may be take place. So how to control this monopoly? For this purpose, we need some of the advisory board. We need some of the panel so that it can be controlled the thing. Under this act was constituted, Central Drug Laboratory was established in Calcutta for the purpose of the identification, purification, analysis, testing. So all purposes, because this is the first Central Drug Laboratory which have the some of the sophisticated instrument, qualified person, and to provide the good medicine or tested medicine. 1945, government brought the pharmacy bill to regulate the pharmacy education in India. 1946, the Indian Pharmacopoeia list was published under the chairmanship of late R.N. Chopra. So the first Indian Pharmacopoeia list was published under the chairmanship of late R.N. Chopra to develop the Indian Pharmacopoeia, under which we have certain rules and regulation. And at that time, first time Indian pharmacopoeia work is to be started. It contains list of drugs in use in India at that time which were not included in BP. This is known as the British Pharmacopoeia. Other import act in pharmacy came after the independence. So these act is also very, very important and useful for the dosage form design, drug delivery system, testing, monograph analysis, and so many things. So 1948, Indian Pharmaceutical Committee was constituted under the chairmanship of late Dr. B.N. Bose. And 1948 Pharmacy Act, 1948 it was published. In 1949, Pharmacy Council of India was established under the Pharmacy Act 1948. So this is very, 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 very important because even that the time Pharmacy Council of India govern, control the all pharmacy profession educational system under this council. 1954. Education regulation came into force in some states, and 1954 Drug and Magic Remedy Act it come into the market. Objectionable advertisement they can be also controlled but passed to stop misleading advertisements. Even that time number of the facilities, number of rules and regulation act was available, but number of you can say some of the advertisement misleading concept, misleading information, misleading things they are available in the market. But nowadays our government of India and some rules and regulation, that is why peoples are the worry about it. Without check some of our celebrity they are working on the advertisement. So due to this one the guidelines is the given, you can first find out and check what is the utility, what is the application. It is the giving the same effect as you are the claiming, or it can have some of the misleading information. So that types of the thing is required. So 1954 this act is came into in focus in life. In 1955, Medicinal and Salad Preparation Act was introduced to enforce uniform duty for all states for alcohol products. 1955, first edition of Indian Pharmacopoeia was published. So at that time, this is the excellent movement, or you can say generation of our Indian Pharmacopoeia and published in 1955. Now the whole of the things and most of the things under the control of the system. 1985 Narcotic and Psychotropic Substance Act has been enacted to protect society from the dangers of the addictive drugs. Government of India control the price of the drug in India. Why drugs price control order DPCO change from time to time. So, gentlemen, as you know that our pharmacopoeia, Indian pharmacopoeia, one of the most important, you can say, official work and for the development monograph, and time to time we have the number of the changes recommended by the committee. So this is the history of pharmacy education in India. We have started with the pharmacopoeia. So the Indian traditional system of medicine have been Ayurveda, Siddha and Unani. Ayurveda and Siddha system of medicine originated in India, while Unani or Greco-Arabic medical system came from West Asia. So at that time, these types of the system is going on. Pharmacy profession has existed from dawn of the civilization. Greek were one of the first pattern of this profession. The word pharmacy originated, I have already mentioned, from the Greek word pharmakon. In 19th century witnessed various milestones being set in the field of the pharmacy. In 1821, first school of pharmacy established in Philadelphia in United States of America. In 1821, first school of pharmacy was established at Philadelphia in United States of America. The first US pharmacopoeia was published in 1820. American Pharmaceutical Association was founded in 1852. The first national formula was published in 1888. So this is the brief we are giving the history of the pharmacy profession. The inception of pharmacy profession in India was marked by the first class of the chemist and druggist. Even nowadays, chemist and druggist, this is the very popular. Conducted at the Madras Medical College in 1970 to train the student to gain the skill in pharmacy practice. So the pharmacy education pattern was based on the instruction provided by the Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain. So again I repeated, pharmacy education pattern was based on the instruction provided by the Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain. A formal training of commanders was started in 1881 in Bengal. As you know that if we start to production of the medicine. So who will take care and how it can be take care by the person? Because ultimate who will provide the medicine and who will take care of the patient. For this purpose, we need of the some person. These person is the compounders. Basically, the at the starting, the definition of these person is known as a compounder. So a formal training of compounders was started in 1881 in the Bengal. India, a developing nation that occupies the great part of the South Asia. India is the second most populous country on the planet. India is the second most populous country on the planet. Even today, we are the second in the population part. So you know that if the population is the high, density of the person is the high, obviously number of the disease it can be generated. Number of the medical problem may be take place. For this purpose, we need a lot of work. So the pharmacy profession entered in India almost simultaneously with the US, but the growth in India remained very slow. Why this is slow? Because you know that, and we all know that due to the huge population and under control of the huge population, we need lot of infrastructure, we need lot of facility, but at the starting level we need to work on some of these specific points which are required for day-to-day life. That is why this pharmacy profession entered in India almost simultaneously we can see with the US, but the growth of this profession in India remained very shallow at during that time. This is the photograph, and as you know, father of pharmacy education India, Professor M.L. Sra. He is the man who started the pharmacy education and lot of contribution for this profession. So I salute, मैं प्रणाम करता हूँ, नमन करता हूँ, वंदन करता हूँ प्रोफेसर एम एल सराफ को, who give this profession in a very scientific shape, and he also developed and contribute in the pharmacopoeia. So before India gained independence in 1947, there were three institutions. They are offering pharmacy degree program. First one is the Banaras Hindu University. Right now, this is the central university, and the recognition of this university given as a IIT. So first pharmacy institution developed by the ML Sarab, Banaras Hindi University in 1937. In 1945, the Punjab University started at a pharmacy department. So at that time, in 1944, this university was in Lahore, in Pakistan. After the division, it can be transferred in the Chandigarh. So now this university, Punjab University, situated in Chandigarh, and this is the one of the oldest institute and very popular for the pharmacy profession. In 1947, LM College of Pharmacy was established in Ahmedabad. So this institute, LM College of Pharmacy, was established in Ahmedabad in Navarangpura, and I have personally visited this institute. I have also visited number of time Punjab University. So both institute I have visited, and they are excellently, even today they are well maintained. Good laboratory and good pharmacy practices are there, because at that time they have the huge infrastructure. So both institute is the one of the 1937 is the Banaras Hindi University, 1944 Punjab University, and 1947 LM College of Pharmacy. So these three institute before India gained independence, they have started degree program of pharmacy. At that time, degree program of pharmacy is only for the 3 year. And if I am not wrong, these department most probably started from the chemistry, because pharmacy is the one of the origin of the chemistry. So in the most of cases in the university, These colleges, they have started under the chemistry department, and at that time they have lot of good things. At that time, curriculum was presented as a combination of pharmaceutical chemistry, analytical chemistry, and pharmacy. I have already mentioned that, because the course program and the pharmacy is highly focused in the chemistry. So that is why it is highly focused in the chemistry, and the basically the component and criteria of the chemistry in the number of the subject. So that is why most of the university, they have started pharmacy program in the department of the chemistry. So these are the basic subject at that time. Study material given to the student: pharmaceutical chemistry, analytical chemistry, and basic and some of the technical knowledge of the pharmacy, which prepared graduate to work as a specialized in quality control and standardization of the drug. Because at that time, what is the basic need? The basic need to the standardization of the drugs and quality control of the drug, or the you can see dosage form. That is why most of the things and most of the time they have started the work on for pharmaceutical company, but not for pharmacy practice. Gentlemen, I have taken some of these pharmacy colleges. They are the very, very important, and we can say originated by the before independence, some of the after independence, and they have the some of the history of the pharmacy profession. So, Department of Pharmaceutical Engineering, Institute of the Technology, Banaras in the University Varanasi, I have already mentioned in 1937, and second one is the University Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, UIPS, very, very popular in Punjab University, Chandigarh in 1944. LM College of Pharmacy, situated in Nabarangpura, Ahmedabad, started in 1947. In 1950, Department of Pharmacy, Madras Medical College, Chennai. In Medical College, first time in Madras Medical University, it can be started in Chennai, and 1950. Virla Institute of the Science and Technology in Plan. So what happened after these five institutes, and gradually this profession is growing in throughout the country. 1955, College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Andhra University, started in the Visakhapatnam, and 1952, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Dr. H.S. Gore University, Sagar, was established. So I did my education, V.Pharm and M.Pharm, from this department, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, under which this is the Dr. H.S. Gore University, Sagar. Right now, this is under the category of the Central University, and college is running V Farm, M Farm, and these programs they are the running in the most probably in 4-6 branches. 1956, Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Nagpur University, Nagpur, established in 1956. In 1958, Pharmaceutical Department of University, Institute of the Chemical Technology, Mumbai University, established, and 1963, Department of the Pharmaceutical Technology, Jadavpur University, Kolkata. So, dear gentlemen, this is the brief history of the pharmacy. I just go one by one. First one is the established in 1937. Second one is the 1944. Third one is the 1947. Fourth one is the 1950. And same of the sixth one is also 1950. So 1951, 1952, 1956, 1958, and 1963. So I have taken these first 10 pharmaceutical institute of India. They are running by various university, and they have maintained the excellent quality even that time. So if you have any time, you can visit, or if you have some of the positions, so that you can go through it. Now I have go one by one what is the situation of that time. So I have taken some of the data, and these data is very, very important. I go one by one. So I take this highlighter, and I want to give you some of the position and some of the systems, so that you can come to know how our profession is the growing, and what is the position, and what is the situation right now what we have. So this is very, very important. So gentlemen, if you can go to this point in this direction. So I have taken 5 year data. Now 2015 to 2016, 16 to 17, 17 to 18, 18 to 19, and 19 to 20. And I have considered all 28 states and 8 that is the territory. These are the all we have taken. So if you can check Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, Chandigarh, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, these states, how the pharmacy profession is growing very, very fast. So if I take the one of the example, first is the diploma. In 2015, diploma in MP only 27, and diploma is gradually increased in 29, and right now in 2019-20 diploma colleges 128. So we can say near about 5 to 6 times our pharmacy professional college, they are increasing in some of the state. In some of the state within 5 years, these college in the 10 times or 20 times. So this types of the system is the profession. And why these are growing? Because the most of the person, they are worry about the health profession. Government of India also worry about the health profession. That is why we need a lot of peoples in this field. Not only the production, not only in the hospital, not only in the field, in all format we need on the retail, so we need on the wholesale, we need in the production, we need in the market, we need in the hospitals, we need in the counseling of the patient. So there is the number of, you can say, areas where the peoples we are required to train the person in time to time, so that we can provide the education to our student. And gentlemen, these data and information I have taken from the or you can say from the AICT, because up to the 1920, and we can say that number of time it can be slightly data, it may be very well. So in UP, Uttar Pradesh, 45 diploma college was in 2015. You know how many colleges? Right now in 2019 27 84 college. If you can take the data of 2021, then I feel that this is above to 1000. So 45 to 1000 journey, this is only the 5 years. So you can calculate how many times this one. This is near about the 20 times. So how they are increasing? Because the need of the person, need of the peoples in the state wise. Now, this is the big challenge of the educationist. This is the big challenge of the honor of the institute. This is the big challenge of our regulatory bodies to maintain the quality. Because if we can increase these colleges, increase these seated as per the requirement, there is no problem. But the nothing is harm. What need to maintain the quality in a systematic order, in a justified form. College have the facility of infrastructure, college have the facilities of the faculty, college have the facilities of the chemical. Because I know that pharmacy profession is not theoretical profession. Pharmacy profession is not only, you can say, practical. Pharmacy profession is the blend mode. Blend mode means we have the not only two blend, we have the training, we have the regular practical in the laboratory, we have the concept of the theory, we have some of the project work. Two types of the project work, and both types of the things it may be required. It may be outdoor project and indoor project. Means we, if we can doing the work in the industry or the academia, in the both part we need to work and work. That is why this is the one of the challenge to our people. How to we can do and how to find out the things. So in some state, institute is the growing very fast. No doubt, no doubt. UP is one of the highly populated and big state. Even this amount is not sufficient. But if it will be the maintain the quality, then it can be very, very useful. Now, these are the data form because there is the huge form of the state wise. Now, I have taken these data in the year wise form. So you can check it, you can go through it. In 2016, in throughout the country, we have 552 diploma colleges. In 2016, we have 552 diploma college and degree college is 1027 and PG 6 to 8. In 2007, this is converted in the 500 to 600 and there is the slight change in the degree and no change in the PG. In 2018, again one digit, it means 100. It can be increased and there is the slightly change and here is the also change in the PG program. But there is the drastic change in 2019. 552 convert within 3 years in the double 1085 and degree college near about the 25% increase and PG there is the slight change what we can say that this is also increase near about the 25%. Now if we can take data of 2020, 2016, how many institute? 552. And diploma college in pharmacy in India. And 2020, this is converted 1864. It means in throughout country, this is the 4 times of diploma in pharmacy education increases. And in the same way, near about the double of the degree college and 25 to 30% of the postgraduate college they are converted. So gentlemen, there is the no problem to increase in the institute because this is the need. Even that if we can fulfill, we can't fulfill the government rules in the position of the pharmacist, in the position of the chemist, in the position of the drug regulatory, in the position of the analytical chemist, retail soap, wholesale and hospital position. So now this is the graphical representation. You can check it in this chart. There is the we have given the systematic order. So year wise you can check over here this graph to this graph. It means 2016 to 2020 there is a drastic change in the diploma in pharmacy college. Why it can be increasing? So this is the very, very simple. We can say that let us consider diploma in pharmacy. It is a 2 year course and our population, most of the population, they are unable to pay the fees of the private colleges, even the government colleges, because the earning is very small. So that is why peoples are searching small program, small diploma, small certificate program, so that after the completion of this diploma, this certificate program, they can earn some money for their life, for their family. That is why these are increasing. So there is the no problem and lot of opportunity generated by in the government. As you know that in every hospital need of the pharmacist, in every retail shop need of the qualified pharmacist. One or two pharmacists is the required. So it is the growing, it is the day by day is the increasing. And why this is the increasing? Because awareness of the peoples is the increasing. So that is why no doubt it can be come on. And recently number of the posts announced by government of the India at various level, there is the qualification of the degree and diploma also. That is why this demand is the increasing. I have already mentioned in the previous slide that during the COVID-19, what is the role of the other people? Most of the people they are the blocked. Most of the people they are at their home. But where is the pharmacist? Number of time people that this is the business so hard. Number of types of the business they are available in the market. What they are stop their life at their home during the lockdown. Even that, if the pharmacist want to the lockdown their home, there is the open rules and regulation of the government of India. You are required to open the retail shop. Show that because without medicine we can't survive. So at the end, in the lakhs of the people, lakhs of the pharmacists, they are in the market. They provide the services to the people. That is why now at the first time this profession come to in the light, this profession come to in the you can say huge format in India, and people's attraction is the increasing day by day. Not only India, lot of opportunity available in the abroad. Peoples are the moving from India to the abroad, and they are achieving their good position. Nowadays, even doctors they are recognized the profession. Why they are recognized? Because this is the need. That is the time. That is the need in the health profession of this one. So now, gentlemen, I have completed the first part. This is the history of pharmaceutical pharmacy education in India. Now, this education either diploma, degree, and postgraduate program without regulation, without under the concept, without under the particular capacity, how it can be done. So, All India Council for Technical Education, known as AICT. So, technical education in India played a major role to overall education system with a vital role in the social and economic development of our nation. In India, technical education is imparted at various levels such as diploma, degree, postgraduate and research in a specialized field amounting to technological developments and economic progress. The beginning of the formal technical education in India is dates back to the mid of 19th century. I have already included. The major policy initiative in the pre-independence period included appointment of the Indian University Commission in 1902, issue of the Indian Education Policy Regulation in 1904, and the Governor General of the Policy Statement of the 1913, stressing the importance of technical education. So the significant development it was included. Constitution of this Technical Education Committee, the Central Advisory Board of Education. This is known as very popular as the CAP in 1943, and All India Council for Technical Education (AICT) was set up in November 1945 as a national level of apex advisory body to conduct survey on the facilities on technical education and to promote development in the country in the coordinated and integrated manner. I again repeated, as you know, if you ask the question any people, your institute is approved by AICT, your institute is approved by the Pharmacy Council of India, because the awareness in the peoples is the increase. For this purpose, quality of education, and we need a systemic order and systemic work. This is the basic and essential component. So AICT is established in the November 1945, and this apex advisory body to conduct and control of the technical education of India. So the Government of India, Ministry of HRD, Human Resource Development, also constituted a national working group to look into the whole of the ICT in the context of proliferation of technical institution, maintenance of standards, and other related matters. This is governed by and controlled by the AICT. AICT is the best advisor situated authority for planning formulation and maintenance of the norms and standards, quality assurance through accreditation, funding in priority areas, monitoring and evaluation, maintaining priority of certification, and award and strengthening with the necessary infrastructure and operating mechanism, ensuring coordinated and integrated development and management of the technical education in country. Gentlemen, as you know that dear students, on the you have watching on the YouTube, so you know that AICT one of the regulatory body majority in the India controlling the technical education. So the purview of AICT covers program of technical education. As you know, at the initial level before to 2020, we can't start any educational program before approval of AICT. And even now, except pharmacy, we can't start any program, technical program controlled by the AICT. So covers program of technical education. It's include training and research in engineering, technology, architecture, town planning. This is very important. Management, pharmacy, applied art, craft, hotel management, and catering technology, etc. at different levels. So all these types of the program, either you can consider engineering, any branch, any technical colleges in any branch, architecture, this is the one of the also agenda, town planning, management, hotel management, pharmacy, applied arts and crafts, these are governed by the AICT. The AICT has its headquarters in New Delhi. The government of India has allocated 5-acre land for this campus have Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi, for construction of administrative other building of the council. Now this building is the fully constructed and shifted their original position. The AICT comprise of the 8 bureaus, namely, and the what is the use of this bureau and what is the application of this bureau? So, administration bureau, academic bureau, engineering and technical bureau, finance bureau, management and technology bureau, planning and coordination bureau, quality assurance bureau, research and institutional development bureau. So all these bureau have their own definition, own job roles. Some of these bureau they can work only for the affiliation process. Some work they can be continuously auditing the quality of education. Which institute giving the quality of education, and they have provide the fund for the research and development. They provide the fund for the abroad. They provide the fund for the training of the various program, students, faculty, fresher, STTP, FDP, and so many things. And we can say number of the things direct governed by the AICT. I don't want to go in the very detail. These are some of the regional offices set up and established by these body. This is known as the regional office: eastern, northern, northwest, central, central west, southwest, southern west, and south central. Because we know that our country there is the diversity and we have the number of the state. So due to the number of state, it is very difficult to control the centralized. So that is why AICT divided, and some of the authority, some of the facilities, some of the work is given to the centralized these regional offices. And there is the one of the RO. This is known as the regional officer of the AICT. You can submit the information what do you want, and if you want to the submit any application related to the AICT, you can submit over there. Nowadays, number of the online system is the available in the country. So we can direct submit the application. It is not required that you can move, you can visit the office. There's no need. You can direct to submit your application to the person through the mail also. And nowadays, number of the you can say opportunity given by the AICT to conduct various types of the course and program, and number of the training program for the faculty, and they have also opened one of the open platform swam like that for the student, and all courses most probably these are the free. Now, Pharmacy Council of India. Pharmacy Council for Technical Education. The PCI was constituted on this is the 1949 under the section 3 of Pharmacy Act. Objective of this one: regulation of the pharmaceutical education in country for the purpose of registration as a pharmacist under the Pharmacy Act. Now, this is the very popular and known as the Pharmacy Act. This is the regulation is the 1991, and especially at that time, this is only for the diploma in pharmacy. Now, this is not only diploma in pharmacy. Now, Pharmacy Council of India govern D Farm, B Farm, M Farm, and B Farm practice, and one of the new programs 6 year. This is known as the PharmD and PharmD PV. So, from the 2020. It means the best from the 1920, the one of the regulation or one of the government of India passed that if any institute they are approved by the AICT, and if they want to withdraw their approval from the AICT, they can do it. This facility is only for the pharmacy college. So Pharmacy Council of India is strengthened by the HRD so that it can be governed and it can be control the council and it can be control the whole of the profession of the pharmacy throughout the country. Function and duty to prescribe minimum standard of the education required for quality as a pharmacist. I again repeated, prescribe minimum standard. It means minimum laboratory faculty facilities is the required. If you want to the add-on program, if you want to the more equipped the institute, this is up to you. What the minimum quality of the required to provide the student. For this purpose, they have given number of the rules and regulation to the system. Framing of education, regulation, prescribing the condition to the fulfilled by the institute, seeking approval of pharmacy for imparting education in pharmacy to ensure uniform implementation of the educational standard throughout the country. So this is again very important. Inspection of the pharmacy institution, seeking approval under the Pharmacy Act to verify the availability of the prescribed format. Gentlemen, nowadays, Pharmacy Council of India strengthened the whole of the education, and they have also developed the online process so that they can be control each and everything, even the data of the student, data of the faculty, and like each and every part to approve the course of study and examination for pharmacists, approval of the academic training institution providing pharmacy courses, to withdraw the approval if any institute not qualified the system. This is known as the SIF. If any institute not provide the SIF in a justify form, if they have the number of, you can say, deficiency either in the faculty, either in the infrastructure, availability of the equipment, like that, they can withdraw the approval. And without pharmacy PCI approved, institute can't run the any program of the pharmacy, any program of the pharmacy. Either it may be diploma, degree, postgraduate program, any types of the program they can't to be run it. If the approved course of study or an approved examination does not continue to it be a conformity with the educational standard prescribed by the FICI in time to time. To approve the qualification granted outside the territory to which the Pharmacy Act extended the approval of the foreign qualification also. To maintain center registered for the pharmacist. So each people, those who did diploma, degree, post graduation, they have the facility. You can register yourself. So you just known as a registered pharmacist nowadays. And if you can, some of the few years they have, this is the mandatory. Each teacher must be registered as a registered pharmacist, because your registration they can be easy to control one person at a one position so that they can be authorized. So I again that Pharmacy Council of India, this is regulating the pharmacy all programs, and nowadays some of the institute they can be withdrawal from the AICT, but without PCI you can't run or you can't start the any program. As I have already mentioned, new course declared by the Pharmacy Council of India, not recently. This is the old one, but not very old. And people are the going movement toward this one and participating. So new course declared by the PCI, then known as the PharmD, Doctor of Pharmacy. This is the first 6-year program after 10 plus 2, either PCM or PCB, Doctor of Pharmacy or PharmD postgraduate Doctor of Pharmacy. This is the 3-year program after the BPharm. So for PCI, this is PharmD, this is the 6-year program, and this is the 6-year program means after the 10 plus 2 यानी कि higher secondary either PCM or PCB, and Pharm D PB known as the post baccalaureate. This is the 3-year program after the completion of the B.Pharm from the recognized institute, from the approved institute. So the seat limit is also fixed. In Pharm D 6-year program, seat limit is the 30, and Pharm D PB, there is the seat limit of only 10. So Pharm D regulation is very popular, known as the 2008, as approved by the Government of India, Ministry of the Health, wide letter number this dated on the 30th March 2008, and notified by Pharmacy Council of India and circulated accordingly. So, Pharmacy shall consist of a certificate having passed the course of study and examination as prescribed in these regulations for the purpose of the registration as a pharmacist to practice the profession under the Pharmacy Act 1948. So I have mentioned these are the two professional regulatory body. One is the AICT, another one is the PCI. I have already mentioned that till the 2019-20 batch, AICT and PCI both are the required. After that, it was passed that if any institute want to withdraw from the AICT, they can be withdraw, but Pharmacy Council of India approval before to run any PCI program or start any PCI program, they are required to submit the SIF standard inspection form as per the definition of this one. There, the each and everything is the given. One of the committee constituted by the council person, they can be inspect the college, and this is up to mark. Then they can be grant the permission. Now some of the other professional body, for these body they have the no any hold any approval, but these body have some of the hold, or they can be help to the graduate, diploma, postgraduate student in the throughout the life. Let us consider APTI, Association of Pharmacy Teachers of India. I don't want to elaborate more and more, and this APTI established in 1966 by leading personalities like Professor M.L. Sraf, G.P. Srivastava, and other pharmacy colleagues, college, those did in the organization who heartbeat for the pharmacy profession. So, this types of the APTI, they can be take care of the pharmacy teachers, those who are working the academia, and they have every year organized one of the excellent conference. So at that time they can be facilitate the teacher, and they facilitate give the platform, common platform of the all academician. You come at one platform and discuss some of the important matter. Some of the policy at that time they have to the decided, and these policy to also send to the regulator, so that we can find out what is the requirement of our profession and what is the need of our industry. On the basis of this one, we can start the thing like that. Objective of this one, to provide a common platform to discuss various issues of the pharmacy, to identify current need of pharma industry, and to adopt the syllabus pattern as per the need, to honor pharmacy educator and researcher, to impart continuing pharmacy education, to establish a novel pharmacy teacher training institute, to arrange lectures, exhibition, to focus on pharmacy profession through the publication, to undertake consultancies and subjects, mission to a vast national platform for dealing with the all issues related to the pharmacy teaching and education in India. Dear gentlemen, the another one is the Indian Pharmaceutical Association, very very popular. This is the IPA, and this is not for teacher. This is common to all. Person is the working in the academia, industry, market, India, abroad, anywhere. It can be available to all people. So the Indian Pharmaceutical Association (IPA) is the national professional body of pharmacists engaged in the various facets of the profession of pharmacy. The IPA is the committed to promote the highest professional and ethical standard of the pharmacy, focus the image of pharmacist, as competent healthcare professional, sensitize the community, government, and other on vital professional issues, and support pharmaceutical education and sciences in all aspects. What is the objective? The objective of API to promote the sciences and arts of pharmacy in all aspects, to impart suitable education and training to the members preparing for the profession of pharmacy or those already engaged in the profession, to undertake, carry on, or promote scientific and technical research, experiments, and tests of all kinds of pharmaceuticals and allied sciences, to edit, publish the journal, books, magazine, documents, other. So, dear gentlemen, this body is the also powerful, or we can say that this is the completely capsule for the overall pharmacy profession to provide the excellent professional value to each and individual. Every year he is also earning one of the national level conference person they are participating, and industry is the participating, new products, new equipment, new technology, it can be developed, it can be showcased at that time, so people they can visit and come to know what is going on in India and abroad. Indian pharmaceutical industry, this is the very huge spectrum. In 1930, the first pharmaceutical company. Now, I again to the repeat over here. First, we have completed the history. After the history completion, we can come to the second part. What is the going in the profession? What is the regulatory body? What is the professional body? Now, Indian pharmaceutical industry scenario in 1930. First pharmaceutical company called Bengal Chemical and Pharmaceutical Berg was established in Calcutta. So now this is known as the Kolkata. The remarkable growth of the drug industry is attributed to the discovery of new drug molecules and their delivery in the various dosage form around the world. The Indian pharmaceutical industry is one of the largest and most advanced and one of the better recognized industries among the developing country. In current scenario, India has gained immense importance and carved a niche for itself in the pharmaceutical domain. India is the reported to rank fourth in the world accounting for the 8% of the world production and by volume and 1.5% by value. And if I am not wrong, we are the third rank in by the volume and 11th rank by the value. This is the basic concept. And Indian exports are sent to more than 200 countries. This is very big achievement of our Indian pharmaceutical country. As you know that our Bardi chairman, he mentioned our Bardi prime minister during their speech. He mentioned that the strength of our profession, we provide our vaccine at the same cost. I again repeated, our country provide the vaccine 40 countries at the same cost as we are giving in the India. So this is the strength. We maintain the humanity and we are the doing the work like that. At that time, during the pandemic situation, even America, they have want to some of the raw material from the India. They want to some of the product medicine from the India, and our country provided. So around the globe include highly regulated market of US, Japan, Europe, Australia. Even those countries we are the providing some of the medicine. In fact, it has emerged as a big mark the pharmaceutical industry, including formulation of bulk drug, generics, novel drug delivery system, new chemical entity, or biotechnology. So Indian companies are dominating in marketplace. So if you can go through the vaccination, India one of the top ranking country providing and producing the, you can say, vaccine. Now Indian pharmaceutical industry or scenario. In 1948, you can go through these data. In 1948, the production value is the 10 crore. And in 1968, 175 crore. 1992, 6 crore. 1997, 12,000 crores. And 2008, this is 1 lakh 58,025 crores. Gentlemen, you know that what is the right now? In 2020, we have estimating this one 4 lakhs 12,050 crores. So if you can try, you can check the data, how much time it can be multiply. Start with the 48, and even we can say that in 2015 there is the 2 lakhs convert in the 4 lakhs, double, like double, 100% it can be increased. And 10 crore to 4 10 crore to 4 lakhs 12,000, it means if you can divide this one, 41,000 times of this Indian pharmaceutical industry grow, and the huge recognition in throughout the world and globe. So, gentlemen, that is why most of the industry, most of the peoples, they can be depend on Indian system. And I have come to know somewhere one of the tagline, if any tablet use in the world, every third tablet, the name of the India. So we feel proud. We are in the profession of the pharmacy. So Indian pharmaceutical industry fulfills 70% of the national need. This is the very, 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 very big data. So in which field you have taken the admission? I'm mentioning over here some student, those who are taking the admission in 2021 in B.Pharm. You are in the right profession. You need to the work, you need to increase your knowledge. So pharmaceutical industry in India rank in the third is the worldwide and growing very, very fast. Here I want to mention over here some of the 10 very big companies and their turnover capitalization. One of them, these companies are the India rooted. One of them is the Sun Pharmaceutical Industry, Davis Laboratory Limited, Dr. Reddy, Cipla, Arvindo Pharma Limited, Viacom, Cadla Healthcare, Lupin, Torrent Pharmaceutical, Apollo Hospital Enterprises. So these are the industry, and one of the biggest achievement and one of the biggest recognition of our pharmaceutical companies throughout the world. One of them is the Sun Pharmaceutical. Name is the sun, and liking is the sun, it can be shining throughout the world. So we feel the proud that we are the part of this profession. Now here one small video. So just check it, and I hope that you can come to know this video. I will try to start this video. This is related to the industry. So I feel that some of the, okay, this is the video, and this video is our history of Indian scenario, you can say, and how it can be work on. So this is important because I want to run it, because the history of the Indian system of the medicine, and people want to know that what is the concept of the medicine and what is the value. So I have mentioned history, history of the education, history of the our Indian system, because without this we can't do this, and we can't do the run whole of the system. And we mentioned that it will be the very, very popular and very, very useful, so that we can come to know that importance of this one, and valuable concept. So no problem, I will give the in another time you. So first we can complete the section of this one, and then we can run the slide and run the program, so it will be come to over to you. So this is the pharmacy as a career. Now another point, very, very important, because I know that there is the number of the concept, number of the parameter, and number of the optional is there. So how the pharmacy career it can be growing, and what is the pharmacy career? As you know that when you can take the admission, in any profession, either in the pharmacy or any profession. So you must know that where you can absorb, where is the workplace, and how this workplace is the helpful to you. Because without knowing this, you can't do, you can't develop yourself. So I just go to one by one. Now, as you know that the in India, pharmacy education is the two-tier system. What do you mean by two-tier system? Means now you can say this is the three-tier. After higher secondary, it means 10 plus 2. PCM means physics, chemistry, mathematics, or PCB, physics, chemistry, biology. Both types of the students are eligible to take admission. Diploma in pharmacy, B Pharm, degree in pharmacy, Pharm D. This is the and Pharm D. These are the three program and one of the qualifications. One qualification means if you are the higher secondary 10 plus 2, you can take admission in any one. Diploma in pharmacy, this is the 2-year program. B Pharm, this is the 4-year program, 4 semester. Or Pharm D program, this is the 6 year. So this is the three-tier system of the education of the same qualification as the higher secondary. All institutes conducting course in pharmacy are regulated by two bodies, namely All India Council for Technical Education. It means AICTE and Pharmacy Council of India. I have already mentioned in the previous slide also, nowadays with effect from 1920. If you take the only permission the Pharmacy Council of India, then you can run the course. It means Pharmacy Council of India permission is compulsory to run the program. Scope of diploma students, community pharmacy, retail soap. This is the for the diploma: wholesale pharmacy, pharmacist in hospital, lab technician in degree teaching institutes, and in higher education, direct admission to the B Pharm second year. This is known as the lateral entry. So one of the opportunity given by the Pharmacy Council of India to take the admission in higher. As you know that new regulatory and new education policy. What is the new regulation policy? I just simply remember multiple, you can say exit and multiple entry. It means if you can run any course of the 3 year, if person is completed only the 1 year, so they have taken certificate program. 2 year advanced certificate program, 3 year diploma, like that. So in this way it can be go on, because number of time it was found that some students, they are unable to complete the program. What happened? Their time, their money, their future, it will be the completely destroyed. It will be completely raptured. So who is responsible? Because a student is already given 1 year, then their certificate is the zero, value is zero. That is why government of India, they want to start new regulation policy with the quality of education. It means if any student complete the 1 year, we will provide one of the opportunity to a student, you can do something. And when you are the comfortable, you can continue, you can take the admission in the second part, third part, like that. So on this way you can move on and you can take the admission, complete your degree. Marketing as a medical representative, nowadays very respected position, handsome position, and also we are the paying in the good amount of the money, and production assistant. I have taken one of the table is the here, very simple, and most of the people know what this is our moral duty to give the information, each and everything in a justified manner. Diploma course 2 year, eligibility 10 plus 2, PCM PCB, B Farm 4 year, 8 semester program, 10 plus 2, any higher secondary, PCM PCB, physics, chemistry, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. M Farm 13 specialization given in the PCI, and also he opened the agenda. If you can submit the proposal of the new concept. Nowadays, some of the private university, some of the university, they have started B Farm technology or B Farm tech, or they have started B Farm MBA, B Farm PhD. So this is known as the integrated program. This is known as the integrated program. So nowadays, most of the council and most of the persons, they are moving toward in this direction. So M Farm in 13 and 12 specialization they are available. This is the 2-year program for semester. Eligibility B Farm with 55% marks from a institute approved by the AICT and PCI, known as M-Pharm Pharmaceutics, Industrial Pharmacy, Pharmaceutical Technology, Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Pharmaceutical Analysis, Pharmaceutical Quality Assurance is important, Regulatory Affairs, Pharmaceutical Biotechnology, Pharmacy Practice, Pharmacology, Pharmacognosy, Phytopharmacy and Phytomedicine, and some of the specialized, it can be included by the council. PharmD program, this is the 6-year program, same qualification as DPharm, BPharm, 10 plus 2, PCM or PCB. PharmD PB, this is the 3-year program after completion of the BPharm and BPharm practice. This is the new program for the diploma student, those person who have completed the diploma and they have started their retail soon, but they want to their degree. So how it is possible? For this purpose, Pharmacy Council of India given this opportunity. You take the admission in B Farm practice, and this is the graduate program. After the completion of this one, so that is why nowadays some of the institute this program is the started. Even ISF College of Pharmacy, we have this program. So, gentlemen, too much awareness is the going in the market, and everybody they want to do new and new things. Scope for pharmacy graduates. What is the scope for pharmacy graduate? So I just go to one by one, and you can check your you can say strength, value, or interest where you want to go and how you can absorb in a particular profession. Graduate pharmacists have opportunity in field of production, marketing, regulatory affairs, as well as academia. Government and private sector, both sectors are the open with the excellent job opportunity and key package. So most of the time, students they are asking. Most of the time, student want to know where I will absorb, what is the package, and what is the promotional scheme. Obviously, if you want to take the admission in any profession, this is our moral duty to know each and everything. So I first go with the hospital pharmacy. As I have already mentioned that at initial level, doctor, nurses, and some of the supporting staff, they were the part of the healthcare system nowadays. In a hospital, one post of the pharmacist also declared by government of India, and most of the states it is already applicable. Even in the Punjab, this recently number of posts in the in you can see in hundreds 418 posts are declared by the government of Punjab, and in these posts people are the absorbed and they are working in various hospitals. So a registered pharmacist can work in the hospital or drugstore, because in hospital after the you can say write down the prescription by the doctor, diagnosis of the disease, who will we distribute the medicine, who will give the medicine, so that is why, and who will manage the drug store. For this purpose, registered pharmacist post open in most of the states, and this is the essential component. So in the retail pharmacy in USA and Canada is a highly demanding opportunity, and number of peoples they are attracting in the abroad also, because in these country as a state or Canada or any other abroad country, this profession, this value, this post of the as a retail pharmacist is the highly reputed post, and most of the person they want to absorb and they want to take this opportunity. So NAPLAX one of the test after completion of the degree of the B Pharm, you can also take this opportunity in abroad also. So this facility is set in a many hospital in country. This is a key position, and the pharmacist play an important role in dispensing, compounding of prescription, maintaining the patient medical history and all patient profile. Here I am mentioning the burn bird is the compounding the prescription. So gentlemen, don't to the confuse. Compounding of prescription means when you come to contact to the doctor, doctor write a prescription, and this prescription you can take this one and you can put on the some of the retail soap or some of the counter where they provide the medicine. It means not only that compounding means immediately they can mix and give you. It is not essential that. So, because this word is the very popular, compounding the prescription means provide the medicine as per the given information or written by the doctor to the patient. It means doctor is qualified, drug distributor is the qualified, and person is the third is the nursing is also qualified to provide give the instruction time to time to the take medicine like that. So health profession it will be the grow smoothly. Community pharmacy, production, physician, patient, and pharmacist. I have give this is the triangle. So either all type way pharmacist play important role between patient, between the doctor, between the production, because this is the essential component. So pharmacist is a link among the production, patient, and physician. Other responsibility of the pharmacist, patient counseling regarding the use of drug and dosage form, storage condition, providing detailed drug and product storage and handling of the information, detailed history of the patient and genetic problems, maintaining patient records, providing self-diagnostic kits for highly sensitive patient for disorder like diabetes, hypertension, and so many other types of the disease, including the cancer patient. Academics. This is the nowadays one of the professor they have mentioned word and I like it. The word is at a initial level academician only as a branch. But nowadays, from the salary point of view, and after the sixth pay scale, this is not only the bread, this is the bread with butter. And not only the bread and butter, bread with butter in both sides. This types of the things is that developed. That is why number of the person they are attracting toward the academia. So I have mentioned here the fifth, but nowadays this type of the switch over things is the start with the fifth skill. Now the sixth skill is the going on. So the salary of the academician is very, very handsome. And if you are the professor, you are getting the excellent salary equivalent to a grade officer of India. After fifth pay scale and AICT rule and regulation, Pharmacy Council of India rules and regulation, most of the postgraduate students are choosing the academic field as a profession because of job satisfaction, facility for higher education, research, and social status and comfort. So here I mention some of the important things. At an initial level, we have only the teaching, learning, and administration. Nowadays, most of the institute, research component is one of the biggest part in the academia also. So if you are interested to work in academia, if you are interested to work in research, innovation, startup, all types of the facilities available in the academy, because these types of the things is involved and some of the cell. This is known as the IIC. This is the Institutional Innovation Cell or Council. This is the required to develop. And our AICT, Pharmacy Council of India, and NRIF, Atal ranking, they have mentioned provide a lot of opportunity to academician to grow and grow in all the way. And the promotion scheme in academia is well defined. I again to mention over here, in industry point of view, there is the no any systematic steps. Somewhere is the or there is the no any definition. But in the academic system, steps is fixed for the promotion by the regulatory body with the definite service length, education, experience like that. At the initial level, this is lecturer, senior lecturer, reader, associate professor, professor. So the word is the reader, convert in the assistant profession. Nowadays and recently, this is the given in the lecturer but by the Pharmacy Council of India. At the initial 3 year, person work as a lecturer and one step is the senior lecturer. So reader you can absolute and associate professor, professor, principal, and director, and so many academic position they are everywhere. Higher education, you can go there. There are many opportunity in higher education. M.Pharm and various branches are sanctioned by the AICT. So those institutes which are prescribed, let us consider it the B.Pharm. You can take admission in post graduation. You are the postgraduate, then you can take the admission in the PhD program so that you can complete your education system. So I have already mentioned that number of branches available. One of the very charming, one of the very interesting was the drug inspector. So after completion of the B Farm, most of the students, most of the persons who want to take this post of the DI. Why take this DI post? Because this is the directly related to the inspector word. It can be very charming. But nowadays, people's also academy research, all fields are the open is the equivalently. So this is the government post. Central and state governments are the empowered to appoint a drug inspector and to assign them definite area. Definite area means a particular district and particular zone where the drug inspector work and maintain the law order and authentic value in as per the drug and cosmetic rules in the retail soap, wholesale, repackaging industry. So drug inspector are deemed to be a public servant and are officially subordinate to the licensing authority. Drug inspector are required component of drug regulatory activity. I have already mentioned to maintain the regulation and act is already mentioned in drug and cosmetics. Either it may be poison act, either it may be cosmetics act, or any types of the act which is required to maintain the law and order and authentic value, authenticity of the products. Either it can be infrastructure, storage condition, and what types of the scheduled drug your shop is the available and what types you are the manufacturing. So this thing it can be maintained by the drug and inspector. And very handsome also salary. And another one is the production. This is the one of the biggest field for D farm, B farm, M farm, and also PhD person, because I have already mentioned that our industry is one of the biggest in the worldwide, and we are the producer and provider export quality in the many countries, even they are the developed more than 200. That is why there is a lot of opportunity. Obviously, starting part, the salary is slightly, we can say, not very big, but there is the growth rate tremendous. There is the no limit. There is the no limit. I have number of examples. What is the salary of the academia? They can be earned equivalent to the 1 month of the year salary, like that, because it is depend your capacity. Show your potential. What is your value? What is your entrepreneurship? What is your research? Innovational value. It can be doing. So a pharmacy graduate can work as a production person, chemist, production manager, officer, executive, and director, president, vice president. And these posts not only the burn as a vice president, according to different section, this position is the very well three vice president, four vice president, simple all different sections also. So there is the lot of opportunity in production of Ayurvedic also preparation, veterinary products as well as a bulk drug and cosmetic. So lot of opportunity to all types of the student, either they are diploma, degree, postgraduate and PhD. It can be increasing sharply, and highest and maximum position for degree student and higher position for the PG student and PhD student. There is the some position it may be possible. So most of the person they are the R&D and somewhere they can be absorbed. Now the research field. After graduation, a student can opt for the empowerment PhD program. Personnel with the adequate experience in the research are the great demand in the various area of pharmacy. Novel delivery system, quality control, new discovery research, designing of dosage form, process development, this is P&D, conceptual research, formulation and development, biological products, clinical trial, and bioequivalence. So this types of the platform available for the student. Now, analysis and testing. Excellent quality and purity of the drug dosage forms are required for human use. Identification and characterization are required in production, storage, during the handling of the finished product. Quality control and quality assurance have assured enormous importance in view of the current GMP regulation. Nowadays, our industry peoples, because R&D is the compulsory, and most of the students they are attracted toward the analysis and testing. This is not only the private sector, government laboratory is also there, and analytical chemist demand is gradually increasing because in most of time now we are the working at a micro level. So number of sophisticated instrument, number of sophisticated machinery they are available. Person opting this one and they are doing the work accordingly like that. Now the marketing, as you know that industry is the huge, product is the huge, and India is one of the second largest country in the population. That is why product is quality and product range is the high, and population is the very high. They are staying as a different chalky, you can say dhani, places, pind, taluka place, district place, big cities like that. And there's a lot of opportunity in the marketing for the finished product. So this is known as the starting as the MR, and this is the medical representative. So this is the one of the big challenge of the industry also. And if you have the even take the opportunity, lot of opportunity is there, and you can also obtain handsome salary, lot number of incentives, and they are basically they can be fixed to the target also. So if you are interested, if you have the capability, if you have the knowledge, and if you have the interest in the market value to attack the peoples and give the product to the people, this is the one of the wonderful opportunity to graduate, postgraduate students in the market value. Regulatory affairs. Drug Control Administration is the main regulatory body governing and implementing the rules and regulation for the pharmaceutical industry. Obviously, to control the system and some regulation, it is essential. The job opportunity for pharmacy graduates are excellent, but challenging in this field in the current scenario, pharmacy graduate and postgraduate are in the high demand of the patent filing and global expansion of drug manufacturing activity. Nowadays, IPR, one of the most important component, and peoples are the attracting toward this one. Even now, number of the pharma institute, they are applying for the patent, because if you can innovate anything new, so everybody is the moving toward the patenting the system. So regulatory affairs is one of the big job. Now the journal is pharmaceutical journal is a full of great potential. This requires a specialist technical person to cover the various aspects related to the field of pharmacy. Consultancy, most of experienced pharmacy professionals are providing consultancy to industry, academia, research center, and also earning handsome amount in hand and popularity. Because if you have, during your service, you have developed so many ideas, you have developed so many things, your mind is working for the regional ways, because it is not essential that you can develop some of the new thing. It is essential that how you can resolve the problem which are going on, either storage condition or production point of view, or you can say transportation. Anyway, you can do it, you can find out. So, regulatory affairs, manufacturing, and analytical services is one of the most important parts. In this case, documentation, approvals, research, marketing policy, these are the important component and phenomena where the person is absorbed. At the initial level, person are the worry about this one. But nowadays, this profession and person feel proud that I am consultant. I am consultant. Yes, who will be the consultant? Only the person who will be the consultant who have the quiet knowledge of a particular dosage form. I know number of the peoples, those who have the excellent knowledge, and they are providing the consultancy. You know the what is the consultancy value? The consultancy value of the one product even is the equivalent to of the salary of the professor, like that. Most of the industry now attract toward the consultancy, and they have taken the third party, like that they can be provide the difficulty how to resolve it, person is the working like that. Scope in abroad, obviously I am in the Punjab, and at that time I am just delivering the lecture from ISF College of Pharmacy under the teaching marathon 2021. So as you know that most of the country, and in most of the country, the value of the degree of the BPharm is very very excellent. That is why after the completion of the graduation, post graduation, peoples are shifting, and some of the well and established or developed country like USA, Canada, European country like UK, France, Germany, Africa, South Africa, Nigeria, Yemen, Gulf countries is also Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, South Asia, and country like Singapore, Korea, Japan. So nowadays, throughout the world, Indian pharmacists they are spread over there, because our education system, this is up to the mark. They can be enter, they can be take the system of the official, and they can easy to establish in the abroad after qualifying their examination. So a registered pharmacist command very high salary and reputed in developed countries including USA and UK. Pharmacy graduates have a placed opportunity in higher education, druggist and chemist, counselor, retailer, pharmacist, manufacturing, and clinical pharmacy at various levels. So, dear gentlemen, I have taken these things in a very, 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 very short form. Now, I just go some of the taken as a bullet point so that you can find out the things in a very systematic order. I have taken on the private sector where you can absorb either diploma, degree, postgraduate like that. Pharmacy shop wholesale. You know how many wholesale in the country, how many person they are involved, what is the margin value in this one. There is a lot of opportunity. You can start the business of the wholesale. Pharmacy shop as a retail shop known as the druggist, chemist and druggist. So I have already mentioned that this profession taking the excellent lead during the pandemic situation, and our pharmacy graduate and we are the pharmacy peoples, registered pharmacists play the important role for the society. That is why biggest population, second biggest population in this country, and we have control this pandemic situation because our doctors, our nurses, our pharmacists, they did the good job. So very excellent is the also, if you have some of the facility, like you can spend some of the money in retail, so you can do it. Medical representative, production management executive, sales and marketing, operation, production, manufacturing, quality assurance, quality control. Nowadays, number of the equipment, number of the machines, number of the, you can say, analytical techniques available and need to the testing, because crime is the increasing, and doses from accidental condition, it can be increasing. On the basis of this one, analytical testing is required. That is why for this purpose required a qualified people. So this is the one of the biggest opportunity to the students of the D Pharm, B Pharm and M Pharm. You know, gentlemen, I just want to mention over here, let us consider, if I take example of the Hero cycle and Hero motorcycle, Hero Honda. What is the utility of pharmacist there? In this, that time, government of India, they have put some of the rules and regulation that where some of the workers, where is the one of the group of the peoples they are the working, it is essential to you can appoint at least one pharmacist. So that is why, because at an initial level, this is known as the first aid. So pharmacist will provide the first aid immediately to the person, those who are injured during the working in the industry. So that is why this facilities and this post is not only a particular area you can do or you can absorb in these types of the some of the big unit also. Research and development, nowadays in the academia is the also number of the person they are involved in the research and development, and some of the pharmaceutical companies also develop their own R&D center, because without R&D, FDA they cannot approve their product if you want to develop some of the export quality of the production. Formulation and development, pharma academics, I have already mentioned that now this profession is open for the all to develop yourself in the academic also, as a lecturer, as a assistant professor, associate professor, professor, principal, director, group director, or number of the other position, registrar, vice chancellor, pro chancellor, number of the pharmacy peoples nowadays they are working on such types of the position, including the registrar, vice chancellor, chancellor, and pro vice chancellor, like that. So plant managing operation, this is the another pharmacovigilance. Now this and clinical research, medical writing and clinical trial, these are the new field generated in those days. So this is the ADR monitoring center and PBPI. They recently launched number of the, even the person is not available, person qualified technical person not available to run these types of the program as a pharmacovigilance and clinical research. For important is the here medical writing, one of the another new profession is the generated, how you can write a script like this one so that it can be launched in the market. So this is the one of the excellent technique, you can include the authenticity, you can know the each and everything related to the pharmacology, therapeutic value, importance of the medicine, like that. So you can do it, and number of the students they have the capability, they are the working in this field, and clinical trial also is the another important part in all the way for the B Pharm student, graduate student, this is open. medical coding, clinical research coordinator, drug safety associate, area sales manager, pharmacist assistant, warehouse, and storekeeper. So these are the I have mentioned our private sector number of the posts available and number of the opportunities available to the graduate, postgraduate, diploma holder student, and if you have the higher education like the PhD, you can easily absorb and you can take the position in the good format. So now this is the another sector. This is known as the public or government sector because each and everybody interested in the government sector. But I am very happy to know that some of the youngsters they want to work in the private sector only. Why they want to private? Because there is a lot of opportunities also. Something is the you can say limitation in the government sector. What there is the no limitation in the private sector. So peoples are both the way in the government and private sector they are interested. Drug inspector, I have already mentioned, and most of the person they are interested in this post. Zonal licensing authority. This is the very very reputed post, and most probably these posts are very less, but nowadays they are the gradually increasing. Sample assistant, and recently in the Punjab, Haryana, sample assistant post is the declare on the basis of this one one of the committees the constitute meeting show that because the number of the drug inspector is the less, so some of the pharmacy people they are the attached for like this one to maintaining the whole thing. But nowadays this is not very popular, but it can be coming in the time and it will be the very popularized and important post. DDC pharmacist drug distribution center, storekeeper, national health rural mission is this is the going by the government of India. Rashtriya wal swasth kala jo is developed, this is the another part government sector. And this is the rural national tuberculosis control program because some of the severe disease, some of the disease like that one for this purpose require the council and required to the regular medicine and required to mend because this is the long term disease, so it can be required to take the full of strength to the person so that they can be come out. And Jan Ausdahi Kendra by the Pradhan Mantri, this is the very very popular at a low price, and one pharmacist can be easily accommodate to provide the services to the country people. So these types of the things is the available. Steel Authority of India Private Limited, Railway Hospital, Army Hospital, PBPI I have already mentioned this the pharmacovigilance, and pharma academician, generic drug store, and ambulance of the 108. There is the number of the post for the diploma person they are available, and number of the degree peoples they are also they can be involved in a various posts. So this thing is the very very important. Janani Yojana for the pregnant woman 102 and lacting women. Nowadays on the ambulance 108, Janani Yojana, there is the one of the post of the pharmacist declared by the state government, some central government like that. Druggist and chemist position, government laboratory analyst, government opioid factories, there is the IPR, patent attorney, pharmacokinetic evaluation, immunization and vaccination. Thousands of the posts that declared by the government for the immunization. And you, as you know that we are the 135 crore people, 135 crore people for this purpose required to the vaccination, required are the manpower. Where is the manpower? So we are the qualified person because we know that how to handle all these things and what is the need of this one. Over the counter drug pharmacist, drug information services, military pharmacist, compounding pharmacist. So these are the posts for the government sector. Now, international, overseas, and abroad. Pharmacy technician post, clinical pharmacist, hospital pharmacist post, pharmacist assistant, community pharmacist, patient counselor, analytical chemist, consultant chemist, special care division pharmacist, prescription audit department, health insurance, medical coding. So these types of the post is also available in the abroad. E-prescription unit, computer operated pharmacist entity and inventory control, drug store, business management, dietitian, clinical medicine management, locum pharmacist, nuclear pharmacist, drug information pharmacist, home health pharmacist, veterinary care pharmacist, so many posts, and number of the posts in the IPC, PCI, NIPER, CDSCO, there is the available. Some these are the very, very important websites. So if you want to know some of the detail more and more, I have given is the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission website. NIPER, this is our National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. So first NIPER, it was established in Mohali. Nowadays we have the 11 NIPERs in throughout the country. CDSCO, Pharmacy Council of India, American Chemical Society, National Library of Medicine, National Institute of Health. There is the some of the important website where you can visit and you can find out so many things which are related to the profession. Chemical abstract, here the biomedical, international digital and electronic administration, international pharmaceutical, this is the FIP, current content, and so many things. So these are the references. And gentlemen, I just want to give a brief about you, and I just what we have the given to you, and during this whole of the process and during the our presentation. So I now want to slightly repeat over it, and one of the next speaker after this one, Dr. Pujaji. So he will start their presentation, and Dr. Pooja Chawla, she is a professor in pharmaceutical chemistry, and she is very, very senior person, and he has a lot of experience in pharma as well as the pharmaceutical chemistry. So as gentlemen, in the first lecture we have completed history of the pharmacy. What is the history, what is the development, and we have taken our pharmacopoeia. This is the Indian pharmacopoeia. So first Indian pharmacopoeia, it was established in 1955. As you know that the what is the importance of pharmacopoeia and what is the application of the pharmacopoeia. So most of the things we have tried to the cover over here. So all pharmacopoeia, you know that when you want to purchase of any product in the market, and one question asked person by me, let us consider if you want to purchase of the product, there is the one line, name of the product, and then mention IP, BP, USP. What is the meaning of this one? This question asked by one of the laymen. So you must know that what is the value, what is the authenticity. If there is the mention there, this is the IP. It means it is prepared by the formula based on the Indian pharmacopoeia. And BP, then this is mentioned in the British pharmacopoeia. So these types of the things is the importance, and we have mentioned over here lot of scope. We have started our scope. So what types of the scope we have started is the over here. So the I request to Dr. Pooja Chawla ji, you can start your presentation so that we can next when we can start this speaker. So you can go through it, and I hope that if you have any question, because number of the audience, they are available on the YouTube. So I request to the YouTube audience, on the first lecture, you can ask the question so that in the next our session, I will come to know what types of the inquiry you have. I will try my best to give the answer. And gentlemen and all faculty member, I just request to you, you can attach and you can contribute more and more. So I just mentioned over here or to the audience, some of the live audience in front of me, and thousands of the audience in the online, they are watching this show and they are the watching of this program. So I hope that it will be the effective to each and everybody. I have already mentioned that what is the motto, what is the purpose of this presentation or this marathon to provide the complete course content to the B Farm first year student. So B Farm first sem student, where you are studying everywhere is the Pharmacy Council of India syllabus. You can give your time whenever you have each and everything on available on our YouTube. So thank you very much. Now I request to Dr. Pooja